Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Lina and as you can see we are in Create a Sim today. I thought now that I've made a few gameplay videos, maybe it's time to introduce myself a bit more. So I'm going to do that by talking about my favorite games while making a sim. And this sim is pretty important because I want them to be in my profile picture for this channel. I filmed this footage in February while I hadn't even uploaded my first video, so I still needed a profile picture, which you will have seen at this point, but I hope it's still interesting to watch me make this sim. But when I'm recording this voiceover, I've already posted 4 videos. Now I know that there are actually people who watch my videos, which is really amazing. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate all of the comments that you have sent me. I feel like you're all so sweet. And even if you watch my videos without commenting, which I understand since I'm very introverted myself, you being here means a lot to me, so thank you so much. Let's talk a bit about the sim that I'm making here. I really wanted to use these CC glasses that I saw on Tumblr. They're originally by GiuliettaSims for The Sims 4, but they were converted by Bellakenobi for The Sims 3. I'm so sorry if I pronounce these names wrong, but I feel like these glasses are very versatile. They would look amazing on a Y2K sim, for example. But what I'm going to do is a kind of 90s grunge inspired sim. And just a heads up, my definition of 90s grunge is exclusively constructed by Tumblr in 2014, so it's probably far from historically accurate. For inspiration, I'm thinking of this iconic scene from The Craft. So the vibe I'm going for is basically, what would I wear if I went on a picnic but make it witchy? And because I also wanted to add some Sims influence, some Simfluence, I asked myself which sim would fit into the coven of The Craft the best. There's probably a lot of answers that would be fitting, but the sim I went for is Lilith Pleasant. So I very loosely based this sim on Lilith and I called her Lilith Lasagna. I also used quite some custom sliders and it was actually the first time that I messed around with these. All of them except for the S-Club eyelash sliders on the Sims resource are by €1mod on Tumblr. For those who are interested, I'll put a list of every slider that's in my game in the description box. The reason I want to use more sliders is because I don't want my Sims to look the same. I usually don't touch the default sliders much. I just pick a few presets and end up with a town full of Sims who have the so-called pudding face. And especially with the legacy that I'm playing at the moment, I think it would be fun to have a diverse cast of characters. Especially since I'm planning on making quite some characters myself. So I'm going to need some help with making them look more unique, and hopefully these custom sliders will help. So yeah, let's talk about games now. Obviously I have to start with The Sims. As you can tell by the videos that I've already posted, The Sims 3 is my main Sims game. The open world is such a key element for me. If you've watched my legacy, my Sims are always out visiting their friends or community lots. I'm also a big fan of the Create a Style tool, especially with the smoothness patch by Lazy Duchess, which makes it almost lag-free. I just love how everything is customizable. It feels very satisfying to me. But I also feel a lot of nostalgia for earlier Sims games. The first one I played is The Sims 1, or just The Sims I guess. When I was a kid I had The Sims Complete Collection. It came in this yellow box and I remember that it was €40 at the time. I'm very bad at economics, but an inflation calculator tells me that that would be around €60 today, which if you compare that to the price of The Sims 4 today, The Sims 1 was ridiculously cheap. But as for the game itself, I was honestly too young to understand the game. Most of my love for that game comes from watching other people play it as an adult. I recently tried installing it on my PC, but it won't even install. There are so many fixes that you have to apply that you have to really sit down and figure everything out to get it to work. And I haven't had the energy to do that yet, unfortunately. I also played The Sims 2 when I was younger, but I didn't have all of the expansions, and I was also very young when I played this, so I would love to go back to it sometime, especially now that I'm obsessed with the lore that's in the game. And I see this a lot when other people make Sims. They have these mouths that are this shape. So I'm wondering if I move the lower lip a bit, then... Okay, this doesn't really look good, but it's... Okay, wait, I'll exaggerate it a little bit more. I don't know if this is what other people use, honestly. Maybe change the curve or the corners. I don't know how other people do it. I don't think this is how they do it. I don't know, it doesn't really look good, does it? Maybe it does, I don't know. Meep, meep, meep. But again, I'll have to spend some time and energy to actually get the game to work. I really wish that EA still supported this game. I would be so willing to pay to be able to play the game again. But in the meantime, I mainly enjoy watching other people play it. I'm so glad that there are still a lot of people who play the older Sims games and make content about it. It feels very comforting, and the nostalgia factor is probably one of the reasons why I love making videos about The Sims 3 so much. But when it comes to whether I play The Sims 4, I'd rather not talk about it, because it makes me disappointed that the franchise has gone in this direction. I only bought the base game before it became free to play. Luckily it was on sale for like €5, but please don't get mad at me, even that feels like a waste of money. I got bored of it so quickly that I didn't feel the desire to get any expansion packs. The most fun I had with The Sims 4 was actually downloading CC and seeing how it looked in game, instead of actually playing the game, so I'd honestly rather play something else. So apart from The Sims, what other games do I play? I don't play a lot of different games, but I play the ones that I own pretty intensely. And the first one won't be surprising at all, because a lot of Sims players love this game. I'm of course talking about Stardew Valley. I would say that it's probably the most well-known farming sim of the moment. And the soundtrack is so good, which is actually true for all of the games that I'm going to mention. But after The Sims 3, Stardew is my most played game, even though I've never actually completed all of the achievements and reached perfection in one of my saves. So that's definitely on my list of things that I still want to do. For me, as I'm saying this, the 1.6 update comes out in a couple of days. It will have been released when you're seeing this, but I'm really excited for that. I'm so ready to start a new save, and I'm actually thinking about turning it into a let's play for this channel, because I think it would be fun to document my perfection run, or more like a perfection walk, since I want to resist the urge to min-max and instead make something calming and cozy out of it. So I hope you're excited to see that. And because of Stardew, I wanted to try out more popular indie games. So that's how I came across Hollow Knight, which is a Metroidvania where you can explore a very beautiful world and fight enemies, a lot of which are pretty challenging. I've almost completed my first save. Yes, I'm late to the party, but for some reason I haven't done it yet. If you're familiar with the game, I guess the last 3 Pantheons scare me too much. But I mean, I'm going to have to face Grey Prince Sode again, so who wouldn't be scared? I say that as if I'm joking, but he kicks my ass every time. But because of Hollow Knight, I realized that I actually really enjoy games like this, so I'm excited to try out similar games. For example, I recently started playing Celeste, which is also a platformer, and from other people's reviews I already knew that this is an amazing game, but it's really fun to experience it for myself. I don't have a lot to say about this for now because I haven't finished it yet, but so far I'm enjoying it very much. I also tried playing Rain World, and I really want to like this game, but it's not an easy game to like. It's pretty frustrating actually. but I honestly want to keep playing this game until I love it. And if that means taking breaks from it, then that's okay, I think. I did something very similar with Omori. I had to give that game like 3 or 4 tries before I absolutely fell in love with it. As I'm recording this, the 3rd anniversary concert, where they performed the music from the game with an orchestra, was just a few weeks ago, so I watched the live stream here on YouTube and I cried my eyes out. It was so beautiful. I'm really glad that I kept playing this game because, not to be dramatic, but I feel like it has changed my life. I'm definitely going to play the game again and make some different decisions. But I'm not going to say anything else about this game because I think that if you want to play it, you should get into it without knowing anything about it, except for that it does contain heavy topics that might be triggering. So if there are some topics that distress you, please look up the content warnings first. I cried while playing it several times, so it's okay if you want to sit that one out. If you hadn't noticed yet, I'm quite a completionist when it comes to games, and that's also why I wanted to start a legacy in The Sims. This game does not have clear achievements that you can complete, so I've actually made this big list of everything I want to experience in the game. And based on that list, I've roughly planned out a legacy, so I already have a lot of ideas of what we can do with our founder, Wiki, but also what kind of Sims I want to play with in the future. There are some games that I have played but haven't mentioned because I guess those didn't make as much of an impact as the ones I did mention. And there are also a lot of games that I want to play but I haven't yet. I'm obviously extremely excited for Paralives and also very curious how Life by You is going to be. But I'm also very curious about the games that you like to play. If you want to enthuse about those games in the comment section, I think that would be very fun to read. And yeah, I feel like I've talked for a long time, so I'm going to sign off and let Lina from the past do the talking so that we can finish Lilith together. Ooh, it's a tough decision. I really like this dress, but I also like the top skirt combination, but I think I might go for this. Then for shoes, I think basic black Vans are the most fitting. Actually, I also have these boots. These are also very nice. Let's go for these. And I really like that you can see your ears, so maybe we can see if there are some earrings that are fitting. I don't know if I should go for these earrings or the smaller ones. I think the smaller ones. I think I'm really happy with how she looks. This is unrelated, but this is one of the only Sims that I've ever made that I actually think looks good. And I use this face for literally everything. It's the face that Ricky is based on. And this kind of baby face is more in my comfort zone, so it's pretty different from this. It's more angular, but I'm definitely not mad about it. I don't know about you, but I think it's time for a photo shoot. I think a very good world to have a photo shoot in is St. Greer Island. The world is empty now, but one day I want to build all of the lots myself and then eventually play in it, but that's a very ambitious goal. But it's a really pretty world. This is a world by GiuliettaSims. I'll link it down below. The version that I use is the light version. It has less flowers and no meshed grass. And I think this spot with this little brook is perfect for a photo shoot. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you liked listening to me basically info dump to you about my favorite games. I also hope that you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody!